I
Sure.
thought that
Hello,
was
everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. Don't mind the timer starting over. It was a glitch. We are not waiting another hour to start. We are starting now. Welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream that takes place in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 6 of my friends are brave enough to play in because they be wacky on the tobacco. I don't know.
On something.
On something.
Yeah.
Definitely on something. Unfortunately, Mike, who plays Renata Soul Angel, is away this week. Not unfortunately for him. He's on vacation in Croatia, so he's having a great time. But unfortunately for us, he is absentia. So he will not be here this week. But I do have 5 of my glorious friends here to steal from Brandon Lee Mulligan. Say hi, glorious friends.
Hi, glorious
Hi,
friends.
glorious friends.
There we go. Good job. Everybody wins. And we got a Zydeco. Hi, Zydeco.
Hi, Zydeco.
Before we go around into introductions, I need somebody to roll me a D31. A D31. Who will it be? Do, 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 do.
Not it.
Somebody got to do it.
I did it. I did it.
All right. Glorious. Cool. Well, dear players, please introduce yourself, your characters, and to answer the question, one of your character's parents said something to them that they will never forget. What are the words that will always echo in your character's ears? They can be words of wisdom, words of warning, words of advice, words of affirmation, words of incrimination. It's up to you. What are the words that one of your parents spoke that just echoes when you think about them, or that affects you, your character? So muddle that in your head for a moment. I just want to say to all of our viewers, thank you for joining us so far. We're very happy that you've been with us. And sorry, last week was so crazy with the scheduling. Traffic just decided to be crazy last week. And this week, work went a little long because people took a little long at their job. But that's okay. We're here now for you, and we're going to play some D&D. And we're going to introduce ourselves, starting with Sarah.
Hey, that is me. And I am Sarah, and I play Andra Grayspark, who is a halfling wizard. I'm not sure what the exact words were, but it's definitely something along the lines of, like, you know, don't let us down. Don't get out there and help the family, and don't disappoint me.
Go be a lawyer.
A doctor.
Yeah.
In space.
Yeah.
Very fair.
I don't know if any of you will get that. I think I'm the only one.
But it's possible.
Is this a young person thing?
Possibly. Or at least me having sisters who are a decade younger than me.
Oh, God.
Oh.
No, will
I
not
mean, I
relate.
Yeah, that puts me like 20 years too old right there.
Yeah, it's what's her face.
Well, Taco Senmashu gets you, Tanner, so that's what's important.
There you go.
You're relating to our viewers, and that's what matters. Next up, we got Matt.
Oh, gosh. Hi, it's Matt. I'm playing Corvus, the Phantom Rogue. The Changeling Phantom Rogue. I get to say that now.
Oh yes, I did not get a chance to update your human rogueness, but
no more.
yes.
I knew something was weird with you.
I totally said that backwards. Usually I say a human rogue of the Phantom variety. Anyway, I fucked that up. Sorry. Let me start over. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, Jared, I did say this to you verbally at some point, or maybe you said it. Anyway, we said it out loud together when we were talking about backstory stuff, and it seems super relevant now. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but it's something along the lines of my mom always saying, I really see you, or I see who you are. I forget the exact phrasing.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. My dad had a response to it as well. I always see who you are. I think something like that. I don't know. I need to work on that, but it's along those lines.
Very cool. Awesome. Wonderful. Next up, we've got Tanner, who just went invisible. There he is.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm in space.
Oh, now I get it.
Took you a minute. Where was
I'm
I?
showing you.
Actually, from my screen, you're side by side, and it looks like Jeff is trying to enter your video bubble.
Enter your ...
Oh, I'm playing
Space,
Looney,
sorry.
the Hexblood Warlock. Not Hexblood Warlock. Oh my god. Hexblood Fey Knight. A Warlock would be fun though.
Yeah.
You keep fading in and out of existence.
Something he was told by his family. There's a lot of things. The cause of his mother's death. One of them.
Oof, got a lot of dead moms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very cool.
Well, because grieving
On the
dads
closer
are
dad.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that or not, but it would have been her dad telling her to, uphold the family name.
Fair enough. Very cool.
Don't disappoint them.
Gotcha. Thank you. And thank you, Tanner. Next up, we got Amber.
Hello, I'm Amber. I play Ozo, the halfling Way of Mercy monk. And there was the time my mother said, "Get out and take your curse with you." I think about that. But my grandma said, "All curses are gifts in disguise." So I think about that too.
Very cool. Very cool.
I like Grandma more.
Yeah, right? Seems more level-headed and down to earth.
Just wait till we get to Ozo backstory.
Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, we've got Jeff.
Hello, I'm Jeff. I play Selenar, an elf druid. Selenar's father was a tradesman, and he made canoes and small ships and stuff for the community. And he once told Selenar that he was disappointed in him because Selenar spent his time looking away to the future, to the horizon, never his mind on where he was and what he was doing. And it's true.
Thank you very much. Very enlightening. And I am Jared. I am the humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6-player characters. And a lot of people say a lot of things, so, it all adds up to whoever you're talking about. So, all those joyful stories out of the way, let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged. Last time on Nuuli Forged, the Dead Ringers found their quarry, a massive lion that was at once beast and plant, a dandelion. And quite a dandy he was. He surprised the Dead Ringers by introducing himself as a king and proclaimed that it was quite nice to sense 2 fellow creatures from home. In Lunine, he recognized a bit of fey nobility and conversed with him on a level sort of a peer of the realm, as it were. However, he had some difficulty in sorting out who the second Fey was, which confused Lunine. As to his knowledge, there were no other Fey entities amongst his allies. And through excellent means of persuasion, respect, and adulation, Lunine was able to gain the favor of this mighty dandy king, and a lock of his mane, which the party hopes will satisfy the wizard Trast enough to remove the curse from Andra. This, of course, required a round of gift givings from the party, during which Corvus stepped forward, not really sure what he could offer this being, and the king proclaimed that he had last found the other from home, a fellow Fey, which Corvus denied, was like, "No, I was born here on Nuuli." And the king stalked closer and inhaled Corvus's scent deeply, and proclaimed that he was confident in his assertions, that Corvus was indeed familiar to him, hinting that the king knew his mother. Corvus withdrew and became angry and sullen and kind of annoyed at this figure, while the others offered adulation and gifts, and Lunine entered into an agreement that he would one day owe the dandelion a favor when he returns home to his rightful place as heir to the dukedom, as it were. The dandelion...
Possibly go wrong.
Of course not.
No.
The dandelion agreed and accepted the offerings and bestowed a lock of his mane upon the party, who then left, except for Corvus, who stealthily returned, hoping he had been able to slip away unnoticed, but about half the party noticed. And Lunine sent Ozo after Corvus, who Corvus noticed in turn. But Corvus decided that he had purpose, and he approached the king once more and asked for more details. And at first the king thought it was a delightful continuation of this game of repartee that they had been playing in, but quickly he realized how little Corvus actually knew about himself, and he deemed Corvus a changeling, whatever that means, and reluctantly admitted that he indeed knew of his mother. He could tell by the scent Corvus carried it with him. The woman who had abandoned Corvus as a child some 12 or so years ago. The king claimed that his mother was none other than the Shifting Wind, an assassin of great renown in the Fey realm. And this news maybe sort of devastated Corvus in a way, claiming that he wished he hadn't known. But the dandelion offered a bit of insight that if she kept this from him, if she left a life of comfort, wealth, and fame, and renown and respect behind in one realm to come to this one and be his mother, that was an active choice that she made, and perhaps he should hear her side of the story, which left Corvus with a question: is she still out there? And that is where we pick up Corvus leaving behind the glen of the dandelion and calling to Ozo to join him on the way back to their companions in the forest. In the jungle, really.
I'm not prepared enough for this, but here we go.
Indeed.
I suppose when we,
The sun is
realize-
shining, and it is late afternoon. You had made good time on your way here. Hopefully you make good time on the way back, as Andra's curse is spreading ever rapidly up her arms and perhaps beyond. The jungle here is vibrant and lush and full of like floral and pleasant scents. There's all kinds of like different flowers around in this immediate vicinity, probably because of the dandelion. And as you trudge through this, the heat, the oppressive heat, as the height of summer is beginning to come down here in the peripherals, you are left pondering all that you've learned, Corvus, as Ozo silently joins you, kind of one, maybe half step behind, off to one side.
Corvus is gonna walk on, at first kind of quickly, right? Corvus is a fast walker. He's getting away from the situation, basically. But after a few moments, it dawns on him that he's getting ever closer to the rest of the party. He slows down a bit. And then he slows down a bit more. And then he kind of slumps down for a second and leans against a tree. Ozo, I don't really know what to do with all that information that I just received.
Well, sometimes there's nothing you can do.
I don't really understand most of it. I mean, some of it I understand. And that's the freaky part. A lot of what he said made sense. And that it's weird. Someone knows so much about me, seemingly more than I do.
Well, do they know about you? Or do they know about your mom?
That's the other thing. They seem to know a lot about my mom. Way, way more than I ever knew. Probably ever would know. I'm not entirely sure if she would have ever told me any of this. And that kind of makes me feel all kind of ways, if I'm being honest.
That's fair.
She was there when I learned about my ability. And she really helped me through that. Obviously, she knew what I was going through. My sister as well, when it happened for her. But things just got hard after that. I think some word got out in town. And people didn't look at us the same anymore.
Hmm.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this, except I think now I feel like I need to tell someone. I've just hid all of this for so long that I am kind of tired of it, I guess. It's always felt like I had to, because I didn't feel safe if I didn't.
That makes sense. When I was a kid, I told people about Inozo finishes this, but in Corvus's mind. And nobody liked that either. But that was on them. Now, I do what I can do. I think you do what you can do.
I also showed someone that I thought was a friend. And it did not get the reaction I thought it would. Sometime after that, my sister died under, I don't know. I blame myself. I wonder if it was fear that caused her death. And until that lion, I've never talked with anyone about any of this. I suppose maybe Cash knew, now that I think about it.
He does like you very much.
There's something that he didn't know, though, and I think I need to tell someone. Corvus isn't my real name. Corvus isn't the name I was given by my mother. She called me Lux, and I haven't used that name since I left home. Corvus is also not how I looked before I knew. And Corvus has still got the mask on. Corvus is going to take off his mask and show Ozo Lux, where Corvus has kind of thick, wavy, really dark hair. There's a lighter, sandy blonde, but like soft hair, paler skin. Corvus has kind of darker eyes that are like brownish. Lux has the eyes that are green with maybe a center of brown. It's almost like a boyish face. It looks like age is a little more ambiguous perhaps than it is Corvus. It almost looks like someone on the like cusp of, you know, looking older but not quite looking older yet. And this may not be noticeable to those at first, but there's just a little scar, almost too faint to see, on the right side of his face, beside his eye. And he'll take off the mask and show Ozo. This is what I looked like before Corvus.
Is it what you look like when the mask is on?
Lux will smile a little bit. It's a good question. It was almost hard to conjure this face because I've been wearing Corvus for so long. The Corvus is under the mask. I can still be Corvus. I just wanted someone else to know that.
Okay. I mean, you can be both.
I can try. I've just been Corvus a very long time. But I can try. Listen, I have a Oh, go ahead.
Or not. Those are just shrugs.
I have a feeling that there might be some questions back at camp with the other apparent Fae member of our party. I think I'm just going to have to face that. I kind of did a bad thing, maybe, with Renata and some other members of the party, and I went through their things to I don't know, I told myself that I was making sure that they were not a threat. Because I'm always kind of afraid some of Cash's enemies might catch up to me. And just to see, I don't know. I think a lot of people in the party have secrets also. And I probably would have kept this one for a long time too. Maybe forever. But maybe it's time. Well, I don't know. If someone asks me something, I'm going to try to be honest. Okay. Except Solinar. I don't really think he has any secrets, actually. I'm not entirely sure he's capable of telling one, or a lie even. He seems like a good one. I mean, they're all good. That's why I say I fucked up with Renata. I kind of admitted that I looked at his stuff and I asked him a question about his past. And he got really mad. And now he doesn't talk to me. I thought maybe that we were getting to know each other. I don't know what to do about that. I know you probably don't either. I just thought I just needed to tell someone.
Well, secrets aren't always bad.
I don't think anyone's keeping secrets because they could hurt me. I think it's just they have secrets.
Yeah. But sometimes keeping them isn't bad. It can be yours.
Oh, now I'm torn. I'm terrified to share any of this. But part of me feels different. And I think better that someone else knows.
Okay. Someone doesn't have to be everyone.
I appreciate that. Well,
Also, one more question. How'd you get that scar?
oh. I almost forgot about that. Now that you mention it, I think it's probably the one thing that keeps me anchored to Lux. I was playing with my sister by the water, and honestly, I just fell on some rocks one day. And just kind of always had that scar since. I almost forgot it was there, but it, now that you mention it, it just reminds me of, I don't know, happier times with her. It's kind of funny it's still there, I guess, because
You
I've
could
made
look like
things.
anything.
Yeah.
So maybe you're both. We'll keep walking.
Okay. And Corvus gets up. And he doesn't put the mask back on. But as he stands, and at this point it happens so quickly because Corvus is just who he's been, his face returns. And he walks.
The painfully average face, you mean?
Correct.
Okay.
Corvus is on.
Corvus is back.
Does Corvus have
And-
the scar?
Corvus does not have the scar. Not yet, at least.
And so you trudge
And yeah.
back through the jungle. Do you have more to say, or do you catch up with the others?
I think that was enough for now. Corvus will catch up with the others.
Okay. The halfling monk Ozu and the changeling rogue Corvus, or maybe Lux, rejoins the party out of the jungle. If you're not being stealthy, the others hear you coming. And you see your two erstwhile companions rejoin the group.
Cool. So we got what we came for. We should maybe think about heading back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Seems Corvus has had a fruitful conversation.
I suspect he'll tell us about it in time.
Are you saying this out loud to me? Out of curiosity?
Oh yeah, straight up to your face.
This is Selenar. Selenar's incapable of lying
That's
about
true.
anything.
Right?
I was like, maybe they say it as I'm like walking back now. It's I hear it. Okay.
So just to be clear, he looks much different than usual, right? No mask, no scar.
No, he went
No.
back to normal.
Yes. I look the same as always. Corvus never had the scar.
No.
Corvus is like, as Tanner puts it, painfully normal looking. Like no distinguishing
Right.
features other than the
Incredibly
usual.
forgettable.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no indication that you've like gone through this revelation.
The mask is not
No.
on.
But the mask, I'm not wearing the mask, which I have I take off. I assume that like when I go to sleep or we camp, that I think just always had on during travel and battle. Has been my MO.
Right. At this point, you sometimes wear it and you sometimes don't.
Yeah, and I've
Among
tried to
others.
like strategically choose when it's not on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was masked when I was talking to the dandelion. I'm unmasked right now. What did you say again? I'm sorry.
I said, I hope you had a fruitful conversation.
Yeah, Corvus probably gets a little red in the face, just a little bit.
I'm sure he'll
Do I
tell us
notice?
about it.
I'm rolling perception.
You absolutely notice him blush. You absolutely notice him blush. And on a 26, which isn't, or on a 25, because like it's not a nat 20, so you don't get like everything. But on a 25, I will say like you also notice that Corvus is maybe like holding himself a little differently.
Whatever the dandelion said to you looks good on you.
Thanks.
And
I'm
I
on-
just continue away in the direction we were traveling.
I'm honestly still processing a lot of that. Yeah, we can talk later.
Yeah, so when you, as Selenar starts to turn away, you say that. I turn back and say, if you ever need an ear, I'm here for you. As
You know
my
what?
ears awkwardly bounce as I walk.
Yeah, maybe if you've got questions when we make camp tonight, maybe I'll be ready.
Yes, I do believe Miss Andra would prefer if we attempted at least to decurse her in some sort of timely manner.
Yeah. No, that's a relief.
It's starting
if I'm
to
being
feel not
honest.
great.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ozo goes and picks up Andra's pack.
Andra does not let go of it.
Oh, okay. Attempts to pick it up. Like when the bellboy comes at the hotel and you're like, no, it's mine. And then just starts walking.
All
Ozo
right.
tries to basically fade into the background and have nobody ask them any questions.
Okay. Wonderful. Someone can go ahead, give me a survival check. Whoever wants to lead the party back to the temple.
I'm
All right.
assuming I should do this with a +6. So.
16. Very good.
Over here.
Andra with purpose marches forward.
Andra has some skin in this game and is like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
That's what we came for.
Yeah, Andra is on a mission to get uncursed ASAP. And so, like, remembers the way you got here and just goes. You encounter a little bit of graffiti that says Nick was here for some reason. And you continue on your way.
Nuuli has a lot of graffiti artists.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like carved into the wall for some reason. Like
Particularly
into a
on
rock.
desert island that is full of ruins.
Yeah, maybe there's something to that. Wonderful. So you head on your way across this island. The night begins to settle in, and you can make camp. And you make like pretty good time. Andra pushing through the jungle, being shorter than some of the shrubbery, and kind of retracing your footsteps from earlier that day.
Sometimes it's good to be under 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, you find a place that seems perfectly fine to camp for the evening.
Just
So
to
we'll try to surreptitiously tell the development of this curse.
Well, it's hard to tell at a glance because Andra does not wear, like, to my knowledge, does not wear very revealing clothing.
Sure.
No, one of her hands has a mark on it, but like, she's wearing long sleeves,
Make a perception check, Ozo.
roby things.
I can read.
Oh,
Natural 20. Okay, Ozo, here's the deal. You can't tell, like, there's clothing covered her, but on her other hand, the hand that did not touch the orb, you see, like, the edges glinting out from, like, under the long sleeve, like, towards the top of the back of her other hand. Those neurons are just, like, beginning to, like, eke out from under the other sleeve. So it's obviously spread across from one arm, at least across her shoulders and down. And noticing, you see that there are thin red lines coming up from the back of her neck and creeping up to the back of her ears.
Cool. Ozo will, without asking, make some sort of herbalism thing for pain out of the herbalism kit Ozo has. As soon as it, like, focus on getting a tent up, make fire, and then just bringing Andra a cup of tea without saying a word until getting to Andra and saying, some tea, drink this.
okay.
Go
Does
ahead.
it taste terrible?
Make a medicine check.
Probably.
Probably.
Probably a medicine.
Yeah, and you can use your proficiency from your test kit as well, so... Yeah, 15. It definitely tastes medicine-y, so it doesn't taste that good. But, you know, this curse is strange. Like, it hasn't, like, impacted you in, like, a painful way, but the herbal tea that Ozo hands you, do you drink it?
I will at least sip at it and decide how terrible it is.
Yeah, like, it is like, ugh, God, it is not very good. It's not unpalatable, but it is definitely twangy. But after a few moments of having taken a couple sips, you kind of get used to it. And also, like, your shoulder, like, a knot of tension in your shoulders does kind of relax a bit.
All right, I'll keep drinking it then.
Okay.
Great.
I will drink. I will finish it if it, is merely sour and tart and
Yeah.
not like.
So while Ozo is making tea and Andra is drinking said tea, what are the rest of y'all doing? You notice that Renata kind of goes off to one side and kind of, like, doesn't really do much, but just kind of, like, noodles away on his guitar for a little bit.
Yeah, he's mad at me. Corvus will sit by the fire. He's almost deliberately making
You're
himself...
almost desperate to get asked about this. It's so
Yes.
funny. You're like, I
I'm-
want to keep it a secret, but somebody ask me.
Well, I'm trying to make him not avoid... I thought a lot about this, actually. He could have easily just smoked in a corner, but I was like,
I
I
just
think he
love it so much.
decided he needed to face some music if someone plays it. So he's going to sit staring into the fire. He's very quiet.
I love it so much.
Andra's going to sit very close to the fire, with her tea, having noticed suddenly that her shoulders are a little tense and is looking to, like, kind of get some heat on them.
As you sit next to the fire, Andra,
I burst into flames.
make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, awesome! Ooh, hey, 10.
The fire's uncomfortably warm.
Cool. I might move back up then.
Yeah, you move back about 10 feet from the fire, It feels like you're right next to an inferno.
Cool.
Yeah, and you begin to sweat quite a bit.
Awesome. I will put down the tea if there's any remaining, because I certainly don't want any more hot beverages. And just like lay down in the grass.
Okay.
Do I notice this reaction?
Yeah, you notice that she begins to sweat. It's not very well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
She's not complaining about it, but she's not like hiding it either.
Cool.
I don't think you've seen her behave in such a way before. Like, she's never like chosen to lay on the ground, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Just
I
gonna
probably
keep
like
watching.
push my robe sleeves up a bit, kinda.
Which does reveal a massive network of red neuron like marks that are like pulsing and like firing down her arms that you can all see.
Cool. Ozo just continues to watch. This is the
How are you
observer.
feeling, Andra?
Like I've been cursed.
I do not know what that feels like, so I have no frame of reference.
I hope you feel it continue that way. Yeah. I hope I can speak common. I sincerely hope that you continue to not know what it feels like to be cursed. It's not a whole lot of fun.
Is there any way we could help you be more comfortable?
You got anything cold?
I
Ice knife.
waft a breeze over you.
Not ice knife.
No.
I do have frostbite prepared, but I don't think you want to take 1d6 cold damage.
No. I mean, I also have chill touch prepared, but I'm not really prepared to give myself necrotic damage as a result. However, apparently, I can not only warm things, but I can also chill them with prestidigitation. So I might prestidigitate a cubic foot of my clothing around my core.
In halfling speak, isn't that like all of you?
It's most of my
No.
torso.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation lasts for an hour, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the next hour, your tummy's warm.
It
Cool.
has to be a non-living material, but my clothing is decidedly not alive. So
True. Decidedly.
Yeah, for the next hour, your tummy's very warm.
Cool.
I'm cooling it.
Oh, you're cooling it.
Cooling it.
Gotcha.
Why would she warm it?
Yeah,
I was also confused, so that's fine.
that's fair. Yeah, I can both warm and chill
Glorious.
non-living materials.
Nice. So you give yourself a little ice pack. Yeah, works out great. Cool.
Well, I can see just fine without the fire if we want to do without. As I wave my hand and snuff out the fire completely.
What? The rest of us were comfortable. Ozo doesn't actually say anything.
Do it in his
Who am
head.
I kidding? Who am I kidding? No.
Perhaps it's best if we go without a fire tonight.
Well, Andra is now blind.
Yeah, likewise.
You
It's your
think
pick.
I suppose I could glance up and cast some dim dancing lights just so we can, not trip over our own feet as we walk away from the now dark fire.
And go to bed.
Well, I suppose then I'm doing the first watch, or they can't see.
If
It doesn't seem very
if
helpful.
Andra does move away from the place that we have a fire set up, I'll light it again.
I moved away minutes ago.
Well, If you go into your tent, I'll light it again. With another abracadabra, have a fire.
Which, this brings up an interesting question. Now that there are 2 tents, what are the sleeping arrangements?
I'm in
All
my
right.
hammock.
We lost a tent.
You did.
But we lost Lunine's tent. And Lunine is now in a hammock using the tent.
Yeah, correct. This has
As
been
a
stated
dream.
already.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I think since we left Shorebank, Corvus and Selenar have been sharing a tent because we're the only people that went and bought one that was waterproof.
That is also true. And I have
That
extra
seems,
waterproofing material if you need it.
Yeah,
Amy.
we were the only people that actually went to buy survival gear.
No, I went and got tents from the quarterback.
Oh yeah.
merchant
And there were
guy.
other people that went to the ship and picked up some stuff.
Yeah, I have a
Right.
bedroll, but no tent.
Luckily, it's a very dry jungle so far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if at any point Selenar and Corvus are both bedding down at the same time, let me know, because that's a time for a scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
you tell me.
that sounds interesting. Very interesting choice of words.
All right, all right, all
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
Kind
with
of
Blur.
scene would you like?
Okay, roll a d6.
Please stop. Oh,
No, he's an elf. He can roll a d8.
oh, sweet
I was
Jesus.
gonna say, is that a D6
Oh.
in what unit?
Is that a d6 or are you
It-
just happy to see? I'm just...
It is about a unit.
Oh.
Okay. So,
Andra will have pulled out her bedroll and is laying on top of it.
Help, I need an adult.
all right. Andra is
You're
laying out
looking in the
in
wrong
this.
place.
Very cool. Awesome. Cool. All right, and you said Lunine is first watch,
I mean, if
or who is first watch?
no one can see.
No one can see.
Well,
When-
you can light a fire if you want. Like that's an option.
We had one, but Selenar just snuffed it out.
He put it back out.
But if Andra like went away from where the fire would make her uncomfortably warm, I would light it again.
Oh, okay. I was-
Yeah.
No one can
Andra has
see.
definitely stepped away from the fire,
Yeah.
rolled out her bedroll, and lain down with her clothing ice pack.
Just living the dream.
Yeah.
You're at
Living
the
the dream.
With a little bit of dancing lights so she doesn't trip over her own damn feet while doing so.
Fair enough.
But those will go out if I fall asleep or stop concentrating on them.
Totally. So when you fall asleep, indeed, the effect does go away.
Oh, the
The cooling.
cooling? The cooling shouldn't. The cooling is not concentration.
But it only lasts for like an hour, right?
It does only last for an hour, yes.
Yeah.
So yes, at some point after I fall asleep, it does cease cooling.
Oh, that's like waking up like partially through the night and your pillow's just like too warm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry again. Who's first watch?
I
I-
think it should be Lunine anyway.
Okay. That's fine.
Which means I would have joined Selenar in the tent.
Dun dun dun.
With Renata.
Fade to black.
Oh,
No, he's mad at me. Renata's not in that tent. Is he?
Is Renata sharing tent with Oza?
Or are you trying to make something happen?
No, I'm legit asking.
No, I don't think he. I thought it
How
was
are
a
the tent-
Selenar Corvus tent situation. I could be wrong.
We
I thought Selenar
Yes.
and Renata bought a tent and Lunine bought a tent.
You don't remember us picking rocks together, Selenar and I? It's how we became
Selenar
friends.
and Corvus went shopping together.
Oh, Selenar and Corvus. Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry. I'm just so used to Corvus and Ozo. spending
You
bunking
thought
down.
those two were in a tent, and I'm just like, here I come, guys. Scoot over.
Yeah. All right, Corvus and Selenar are in the
Not
tent.
this campaign.
It's a different kind of
Never
scene.
remember.
So at some point, Selenar, I'm going to just say Selenar was in tent first. Corvus opens the tent flap. And a moment goes by, and then Selenar just says, "Do you want to talk about it?"
Corvus says, "Oh my God, yes." No, he's thinking that.
Oh my God! Somebody say something other than maybe. I don't know.
Something the
Corvus,
dandelion clearly got to you in some way.
Corvus will kind of let out a big sigh and say, "You know, I think I do, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I didn't know any much. I didn't know much of what he said was true. I didn't know anything about my mom outside of her being my mom. I certainly didn't know that we were Fae. I didn't even know what that meant until I met Lunine. And if you had told me that we were somehow related, I don't know. I wouldn't have believed you anyway.
Related. Now you're pushing it.
Well,
Commoner.
fair.
It's very funny because you're far enough away that you keep fading into the background, Tanner.
Yes.
You're like, you're not related.
Before today, if I had asked you where are you from, what would you have said?
Just met a small town outside of Mandarian. Village, not even a town, really.
So you are not from the Fey realm. You are from a small village near Mandarian. This doesn't change that.
This is true. This is where I was born.
It is who you are. It is who we all are. And I put my hand on your shoulder and just say, you already know who you are. Don't let this confuse you. And I will help you find her if you wish.
Thank you. I have a lot of feelings and questions and emotions. Believe it or not, I know I don't outwardly seem to express those. If there's any chance that she's still out there, that is gnawing at the back of my mind. She's not the person maybe I thought she was. Or maybe she's more than I ever thought she was. It doesn't really change, I guess, who she was to me. But listen, I've been struggling with this probably before we met the lion, but certainly since. I mean, what do you think what did you hear back there about what I am?
Nothing. Just what you've just told me. Conversation was between you and the dandelion. I would have not interfered.
I'm sorry. I told you a lot of things just now that you had no context for. It probably didn't make any sense.
Have an insight check.
I guess the lion did speak in common about my mom at some point out loud to the party, but knowing my mom.
Yeah.
And then I asked later more about it, and that's what I found.
Yeah. What are you inciting, Selenar?
Oh, I'm just seeing how much Selenar could guess the context of what. Because, like.
Yeah, so as a reminder, as far as you knew, the Dandelion was absolutely sure about what he said being correct and being true. But you had no evidence that Corvus was Fey beyond this lion saying so, because as an
Are
elf
you
with
talking
Fey,
to me or to Matt?
to Selenar, to you.
Yeah, I don't think Selenar has any clue
Yeah.
before right now that Corvus is anything but human.
Right.
But the Dandelion, as me, Jeff the player, understands it, told Corvus that his mother is Fey, and therefore he is at least part Fey.
That is correct, and that was said in common. So,
right, but Selenar wasn't there.
No, Selenar was there for that.
Yeah, I think that part was said. I was trying to remember at what point the lion said that I was a changeling, and I think that was
during the private conversation that you went back for.
Gotcha.
But you were all present when the lion accused Corvus of being Fey and told him that he should learn about his heritage.
I got it. So Corvus will say, I haven't ever lied or kept secret about me being Fey or not, because until tonight, I honestly had no idea. I still don't really know what that means. But there has been something I've been hiding for a long time, not just from this party, from everyone. Because I was afraid. I was afraid of being rejected or feared. And after tonight, it seems like something I thought was just an ability I had for no reason at all, seemingly. Must be because I am not human. And I've had the mask off this whole time.
Selenar, when you say you're afraid, it seems to me like you're afraid of admitting that you're not human to yourself. And Selenar just straight up scoffs at that comment. What's wrong with not being human?
Well, when I've watched you in public, people are in awe that you're an elf. It's mysterious to them, but it's also alluring. It gets a lot of comments and looks, but it seemingly is of almost adulation. People want to meet you or know who you are. And if I'm being honest, I've been a little jealous of that. Maybe a little bit resentful. Because the last time I showed someone, well, the first time I showed someone who I was, it wasn't my family, it didn't get that reaction at all, actually. And yeah, people in town started to treat us different. I don't really expect you to understand, and maybe I don't understand you. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about the elves, except that you're pretty, in general.
In general,
Yeah.
not you specifically.
Not you specifically,
He thinks
as
you're
I'm in your...
pretty.
Oh, you're all pretty. The lion called me something that only my mother had called me. He called me a changeling. Because I can do this, And I'm going to show him a different face. I'm going to show him the face of the captain on the ship that brought us to this island.
You see a ripple of like muscle movement go across Corvus's face, and suddenly, Selenar, you are looking into the face of Captain Turi Joycelyn.
I wild shape into a cat. And then I go and curl up on his lap.
I think I see your point, but I don't know any. Well, I guess cats. And I'm I'm speaking in Captain Turi's voice. I guess cats are considered untrustworthy by some, but I've learned to fear this ability of mine and not show it because people inherently don't trust those who can become anyone or anything.
I climb off of Corvus's lap and turn back into normal form. I too have been cautious with showing things that I know people will be unfamiliar with. And it is true that I get many curious glances, but these people have never seen an elf, and that does not make me a monster any more than it makes you a monster.
Well,
It's not something to be afraid of. It is part of who you are. Neither good nor bad.
I do think you're right about something. I have been with this group long enough. I think I have nothing to fear anymore. And I'm showing you this now because you asked, and I'm really not really sure how to say this out loud to the group yet, but I don't know how comfortable I feel about this in public, and I probably won't for a long time. So, anyway.
There's no shame in being secretive. You certainly don't want to scare people. Scared people sometimes do stupid things.
This has been my experience, yes. Anyway, thank you for not judging me.
One last thing. Someone who left a very comfortable home to go into a world where I knew I would be an outsider. I have been pleasantly surprised at how welcoming the world has been to someone who is so clearly unlike anyone else.
Well, you are pretty, so that probably helps. But
No.
I am glad that it hasn't been a bad experience for you. Truly.
Just that little bit in Cliffside, but overall,
Yeah.
fairly positive.
I must admit, I've spent my entire life thinking I'm going to encounter people like you did in Cliffside. And
Does
I do
Cash
hope
know this about you?
I suppose he probably does, if I'm being honest. There has been something about him also very different, but I've tried to never question it, because I don't think I was ready to. I don't really know what that means yet, but maybe one day I'll have a chance to ask him. Well, at some point, I would have changed, but probably when we went out of cat form, I would have changed back to Corvus. Yeah, I'm glad that I can share this. I think finally, I never really thought I would. So I'll probably try to find some way to break this to the party slowly.
Tomorrow's another day. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sleep on it for now, I guess. Thank you, by the way.
Gives like a little respectful bow situation.
Wiggles his ears. Just kidding. Yeah, I guess that's it for my waking hours.
All right. Meanwhile, go ahead and give me a roll for a perception roll for first watch. Okay. Lunine,
Lunine is engrossed in that seed main thing that he's
yeah, you keep turning it around in your hand and kind of holding it, and it feels weird. It feels like life or like potential of life or growth. Something that you have a bit of a passing familiarity with. It feels like something should grow out of this, or at least has the potential to. You hear some muttering in the tent between Selenar and Corvus, not really paying much of attention to it. Just kind of engrossed in holding a gift from another Fae, which it's been a while since you've really interacted with a Fae on this level.
Mm-hmm.
There were the satyrs in Cliffside, and there was the little tiny Nereid in the cenote, but this was a different kind of entity. And so you're probably ruminating on that a bit. But nothing disturbs your ruminations. It does begin to rain a little bit, a little lightly, like that kind of like hot summer rain, like overnight, as like pressure kind of breaks.
gross.
So you can hear it in the canopy. The canopy's pretty thick, so you don't get like drenched in it, but like you can tell it's going around and you get a little wet.
Alright, I'll get up. I'll wake up, Ozo.
Okay.
Awoken.
It's, starting to rain. But nothing else other than that.
Okay.
Lunine will hop under his canopied hammock thing.
Okay. You hop under your little wet-proof hammock that you've arranged for yourself. And tuck in. Ozo, go ahead. Give me a perception check for Watch the Second.
12.
Great. You see that, like, it's a little rainy and a little windy, and so the trees and the shrubs are moving. But you don't really notice anything around the campsite.
Okay. Is Andra successfully asleep?
You go over and check beside the tent that she's sleeping on the bedroll. She's getting a little wet, but otherwise she seems deep in slumber.
Huh. Ozo has no good way to keep her not wet. Does she still look warm and uncomfortable?
You can't tell if it's like little rain droplets or little sweat droplets. But her face is extremely passive.
Okay, cool. That's fine. The patient is fine. Cool. I'm just gonna chill. In my brain.
Alright, cool. Who do you wake for the next watch?
I'm gonna wake... I can't wake Renata because Renata's in absentia.
Well, you have Selenar, who just does the last half.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Because
It
I
would be
usually
Salinar's
trance.
turn.
I mean, it's a 4-hour trance, right? So
All right, I'll wake up Salinar.
All right. Yeah, Selenar, you get awoken after your trance.
you want a perception check?
Yeah, if you just go and do a quick change, you go take a perception
18.
check. You also notice Andra is like seemingly sleeping peacefully. Like she's breathing. You can't tell if it's sweat or a little bit of this rain that's kind of drizzling down, but you know, whatever. You look over to where Lunine's got his hammock, and the shrubs and trees around Lunine have formed a cocoon.
Oh no.
Interesting. Can I nature check to see how weird this is?
Yeah.
It's a lot of awakened shrubs.
Oh, no.
They
21.
found
Just
us.
a shrub.
Trees don't normally do that. That's very unnatural. But you're looking at the trees, and they seem like normal trees and normal shrubs, but like they have definitively formed like a barrier or a protective cocoon around Lunine somehow.
I walk over and make sure that it's not like encroaching on him. You know what I mean? Like, is it a shell or is it like?
Yeah, so it's like two branches have like grown around either side of his hammock and are like under him and like cupping him up in a way. And like a couple of shrubs have like grown up big and tall and are like around either side of him, like kind of like covering him. So he's kind of ensconced within this environment.
Interesting. Are there any like? I want to make the flowers bloom on these branches if there are any flowers to be bloomed.
They don't seem like they are blooming, but make a... Now that you're kind of like up in this area, make either a perception or a nature check, your choice.
14. Nature.
Cool. You're like examining this area in your on the edge of the firelight in your dark vision, so you can see pretty well. And you look, and you kind of are looking at the branches that are cupping Lunine, and you look up, and in the tree, like up a little bit higher than the branches, you swear you see a face blink at you.
I will. This hasn't been an hour, right? Since I have been woken. This is more immediate.
You probably like, you know, woke up and kind of like did a little check around. This is probably, yeah, within the first hour, I'd say.
Okay, but I haven't had enough time to ritual summon Whiskers.
No.
Right? He's not around yet. Okay.
Not unless you wanted to do that first.
I mean, I would normally do like a once around the campsite and then do
Okay,
it.
then yes, this would be before that.
But, okay. If it wasn't, I was going to expend a spell slot to summon Whiskers. But okay, so I don't need to expend the spell slot. I send him.
Well,
into...
if you want to do the like once around the camp first, you do notice this during that portion, so it would be before.
Okay, yeah. So I'll expend the spell slot to summon Whiskers immediately.
All right.
And
Hoot.
have him fly up towards the blinking eyes, and telepathically see through his vision.
Yeah, he flies up, he takes a look, and he's like, hoo-hoo. And you see through the eyes of your familiar, and Mr. Whisker sees a face. It's not carved in, it's like natural, it's like part of the tree. It's just like the ridges of the of like the bark and the branch, and these are like jungle trees, so they're like big, gnarled. They're kind of like those root covered things, you know, like roots have grown or vines have grown on these trees, so it looks like wizened with age. But it is there, and it just blinks in the direction of the owl at some point.
I sever the telepathic connection, and then I send a message spell in primordial towards the blinking face and say, "Can you hear me?"
Roll a d20 for me.
That's 6.
Okay. The head the like tree kind of like moves a little bit and kind of cocks down, and you hear a very low whisper. What?
In which language?
Common.
Oh. Then in common back, in message, so not vocally, because I'm not trying to wake up Lunine yet. Is this cocoon you're doing?
Yes.
It's very curious. What does it do?
It provides comfort and protection.
Are you looking to protect my friend inside?
Your friend is close to us, but your friend carries something closer to us.
But you mean him no harm.
No. No harm.
Well then. Carry on. And Celenar just goes to sit back down by the fire and keeps definitely an eye on this situation, but doesn't move to do anything else.
Okay.
He trusts the weird forest tree ent thing for reasons.
Fair enough.
Seems okay.
Checks out.
Yeah,
Part
when
of the-
Lunine wakes up in a cocoon of branches, might freak out a little bit, but you know, whatever.
But Selenar will be right over him going, shh.
It's okay.
The rest of your watch passes without incident. Eventually, the sun begins to rise, and you all can begin your trek back to the trust. Except you notice Andra doesn't wake up like as early as the rest of you do.
Oh god. I was like, she died already?
Oh, so
Am I
frozen
still in a
check
cocoon?
mark.
You awaken, and it's like it's almost like you're in a canoe more than a cocoon, really, because like branches are like cupping you, like kind of like around you, like not quite holding you up, like the hammock is still holding you up, but like branches are like under you and to the sides, and shrubs have grown up like over on top of the branches.
Interesting.
As you rise and like get up, kind of in a curious state about these environments, the branches and shrubs like all kind of like move back, and you see the shrubs kind of like look at you, and you swear like smiles appear like in like gaps in the leaves and the little like fronds of these little like jungle shrubs, and the like viney covered tree kind of like nods a little bit and just kind of takes its branches and then kind of just like becomes a tree.
The forest wanted to protect you last night. They said you were close to it.
Curious.
It's a great honor.
Yeah. Interesting. Nothing like that's ever happened before, correct?
Nope. That was new.
Vibe check the forest.
Sure, go for it.
Very
Roll a
foresty.
D6.
Leafy, green.
No, listen, I can do that shit. Though. Nature or Arcana?
Your choice. You'll get different information.
I'm gonna add a second one to that because I'm curious.
All right.
So
19.
19.
19. Very nice.
Whoa.
On an Arcana of 19, decidedly you've put together that these plants, this tree, these shrubs, they have some amount of sentience to them. Like they've chosen to act on their own. They must be awakened somehow. You don't know why or by what, but they seem content to leave well enough alone. That's never happened to you before. And on a 19, I think what you get is it may have something to do with you, but it also might have something to do with the tuft of mane from the dandelion.
And the dandelion tuft thing doesn't feel any different? The seed doesn't feel any different?
Not today.
Okay. Andra's dead?
You check her. She seems to be
Oh,
breathing,
oh,
but
she's
she's asleep.
I poke her
Okay.
with my short sword.
Nothing happens.
I'm just
With
kidding.
pointy end.
Of all the things you could poke me with, you went for the sharp thing.
She
Hey,
bleeds?
I didn't take it. I didn't take the scabbard off. Still has a scabbard on it.
Okay. You didn't draw the short sword to poke me with it. You just poked me with the end of it.
Yes.
Check.
Is she dead?
Coup de
Let me stab her
grace.
and find out.
No, she's just asleep.
Does this wake me?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I suppose we
Yes.
should get moving because this doesn't look good.
Yep. We'll
But-
carry her, I guess.
I am not carrying her. Sorry.
I'm only 3 feet tall.
So is
I
Ozo,
guess
the
I will
strongest amongst
try-
us.
Yeah. Some smelling salts or something.
Yeah, you try some smelling salts. You have them in your kit.
Sure. Okay. Great.
Yeah. No effect.
Damn it. Well, we have to.
How many
carry
days
her
has it
somehow.
been since we left?
This is
2
the
and a
third
half.
day.
This is the third.
We should
Should hurry.
finish this day, yes.
Yeah, you figure you've got like maybe half to 3/4 of the day to go.
Yep. So we'll
Well,
pick
I
her up.
could carry her for a couple hours at most, if
That's fine.
we're on a schedule.
You- Couldn't you turn into something decently large and carry
Yes,
her?
that's what I'm getting at. Yes, exactly.
That would be convenient.
And I turn into an elk straight away.
Great. I'll use a blanket, tie her on.
You are an elk.
Great.
I was about to say we might want to tie her down.
Oh yeah. Gonna make a
Just
little
put her
bed. She's
In
little.
the antlers.
We'll just
Yeah,
lay her
a
down.
good idea.
And...
Well, she'll
Tie
ride
your
the
hammock
antlers.
between the.
The
Yeah.
antlers.
There you go.
I don't think Selenar's that big of an elk.
No, not a giant
It is a
elk.
large. It does say large creature.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
large
6'3" and I weigh 30 pounds.
it's a little bigger than a horse, but it is not like a giant elk.
Yeah, but can easily. Someone will need to attach Andra to Selenar somehow in elk form. because I don't have hands.
On it.
Yes.
That's what
Or
we're doing.
I could scoop you with my horns.
I think between a rogue, a monk, and a fighter, we can tie Andra to an elk.
Yeah, easy enough to tie Andra up there and make sure she's not going anywhere.
Well, I can remain in elk form for 2 hours, so let us move.
All right.
I'm pretty sure elks don't have a language.
But I can message in common in wild shape.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wonderful. Yeah. Whoever wants to lead the rest of the way, go ahead, roll a survival check.
Oh, is it me? No.
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 Decidedly not you.
I mean, I figure that elk is in front, but.
Oh god, we didn't really plan this out before elk things happened.
Do I roll
19.
survival?
Okay.
That's good.
Yes,
19.
there you go.
Very good roll on a 19. You avoid the area of quicksand. You remember where that is, so you're able to kind of skirt that area.
As he walks around, he flips it off.
Yeah. And after after about 2 hours, Selenar, your form you can feel it beginning to wear off.
So at that time, I lay down and. So I actually just checked the rule right now. It says, while in a form, I retain my personality, memories, and ability to speak.
Yes, that is a new update.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
weird.
So the elk says
Can
we
speak.
need to take Andra off me. The magic wanes.
Will do.
You remove Andra with a few moments to spare, and Selenar becomes his elf form again.
How close do we think we are to the Pyramid of Doom?
You've made some good time and some good travel. You're covering a place you've been, so you kind of know like roughly where you're going, and you've avoided a few pitfalls along the way, which has been nice. And you probably think, anywhere between 4 and 7 hours, maybe. But you've been keeping a pretty good clip. And as you're kind of having this discussion, Andra awakens.
I'm no longer tied to the elk, right?
You are no longer tied to the elk. Like, the ropes might still be, like, around you, but you're not tied to the elk. You wake up. And as she wakes up, you all see that the red pulsing lines have completely gone up her neck and are like encroaching on her face, like towards her eyes. And her eyes have little fiery lights that kind of like burst in them like neurons firing.
Can I see normally?
Andra, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I hope even if you become uncursed, that you keep the
The red eyes.
the red eyes and the fiery lines and shit.
Yeah. On a 15, Andra, your back aches, your muscles ache, like you've been carrying something heavy for 3 days and it's just wearing on you. It's not debilitating, but it's decidedly present. And your eyes are dry.
Fair. Only one of my eyes is exposed, because one of them is under the eye patch.
Fair enough. They both feel dry.
Sure.
That just sounds terrible. I think that's the worst part.
Are we taking a rest, or are we just gonna keep going? If we're gonna take a rest, Oza will make more tea.
We should keep going. I don't think this is going to get better until we get back.
Yeah. I will pull a random leaf out and say, chew on this. It will be a useful leaf, like an aspirin leaf or something.
Sure. Easy enough to do.
Mint. It will be mint.
All right, you start chewing on some
actually
menthol.
cilantro.
And,
Does it taste like soap?
so you continue on. We'll let that survival roll because it was pretty good. And after about 5 hours more of travel through this jungle, you come once again to that swampy area. That smell of decay and rot fills your nostrils as you begin trudging through muck and mire, moving to places where like the water is like just under stones, and you're kind of like stepping across them, and it is annoying and hard, and it's hot and humid and sweaty. But you trudge your way without incident up to the green pyramid of the wizard Trast.
Andra will probably prestidigitate her clothes cold again at some point.
Sure.
Selenar will almost completely disrobe because it's fucking hot.
Great. As you prestidigitate your clothes cold, Andra, I need roll a d20 for me.
Oh, goody. Natural 20.
Great. Nothing happens other than what you wanted to happen.
Great. I don't know why I never thought of this before.
Yeah.
This is great.
Wonderful. So you have arrived at the pyramid. What are you going to do?
We knock.
We march right up to that old lever there.
The button
So
in the skull eye?
many of the times we pulled this lever, it was a problem.
Well, the inside has the lever. The outside is the like skull eye. That's the button.
Oh, sorry, whatever it was. The button. Sometimes this is bad.
Gonna knock.
Okay.
Corvus is
I
thinking back to
will attempt to message to Trask that we're back.
Okay, you don't get a response.
It's a good idea.
Cool.
Selenar also attempts to message.
You don't get a response.
Lame.
Ozo is going to go.
Open the door, we come bearing gifts.
Ozo's just gonna walk up and knock.
Yeah, so you like knock on the stairs that you know open.
Unexpected this time.
After about 20 minutes or so, the door, the stairs kind of like rise up and open, and that black opening, that like dark portal appears, that like absence of light and space appears before you.
Nothing scary comes out of it.
Nope.
All right, then. Let's go. Andra's tired of waiting.
Gotta go.
Uncomfortable, unhappy, ready to be over it with this.
You
Walks right in.
you step through, and two figures await you on the other side, or three figures actually. One is that like more well-dressed zombie from before that kind of like acted as a valet for Trast. One is a massive undead ogre.
Right, the one who guarded the door before.
That's hard to tell, but definitely a massive undead zombified ogre.
Sure.
And the second is a more like humanoid looking figure with like tight drawn skin. Everybody roll a perception check. Corvus. And yeah, Corvus, you're the first one to put it together. You recognize the facial features. Maybe it's because you can also like shift forms. You recognize the forms of that undead warrior you faced, the one that like had like the black spirit emerge from it after you defeated him. Like the facial features of the body you slayed, it looks like they've been forced and morphed and reformed into something identical to that. Wearing different armor, but essentially has become that person again. This new dead body.
Huh. Corvus just sort of says, while staring at this thing.
We're back. Take us to your leader.
The zombie just goes, yes, this way, and begins to lead you while the undead form and the ogre kind of take step behind you all and kind of lead you along. You are brought back through the hallways, back to that large antechamber. This time Trast is already waiting for you on his throne of bones, with these two massive undead creatures on either side of him. Again, these creatures are like skeletal, but like massive, and they have like huge armored backs and like bony plates sticking out, and a long bony tail with like a massive like club-like bit on the end, and like really taut skin and like zombified flesh, bones sticking out and like torn away in kind of a way. They are terrifyingly impressive, but they're there and they seem subservient to Trast's will, and Trast looks at you expectantly.
So we encountered the dandelion,
He nods.
and unfortunately, this was all we were able to get from it. However, the amount of power within it, and Lunine will hold out the tuft of mane. Something grows within.
The zombie valet comes forward and like grabs it and brings it up the steps up the dais to Trast, who takes it in his like slightly clawed hands and kind of turns it around and looks at it. You see his eyes flash like kind of this purpley black. He looks to the valet and nods once. The Master Trast is satisfied with what you have acquired for him. Your debt is considered paid. The damages you owed will be wiped clean.
And the curse?
Trast says a arcane word in a language none of you understand, and produces from nowhere a empty, black-looking, dark crystal orb. Hands it over to the valet, who walks down towards Andra and holds it out to you.
Is this one gonna hurt too?
The zombie kind of shrugs.
I take it from him.
The instant you touch it, your hands feel like they are on fire as stinging pain racks through your body as you feel like something torn out of you, something that had like lodged into your vertebra is pulled out through your fingertips and sucked into the orb, and you see it burst into flames and angry and red and hot until it recedes back and it once again becomes that like almost eye-like shape of firing neurons and waves inside embedded in the crystal.
Is it possible for me to drop it, or is it adhered to my hands?
No, like you reached out to grab it, and the second you did so, like before you could put your hands on it, like through your fingertips, it like burst out. And as soon as all that happens, make a Constitution saving throw for me once again.
Yeah. 13.
You fall to your knees, racked in pain, as the valet kind of like just holds the orb in his hands and kind of steps away and walks back up to Trast, who takes the orb and says a word, and the orb vanishes. You, after a few moments, you are able to recover yourself. You feel sore, tired, drained. You have a level of exhaustion.
I'm just gonna stay on the floor.
Ozo will come and help you. quietly, without asking.
I'm just going to sit here for a bit.
Having completed the deal, says Corvus, are we free to leave?
Trast, this kind of this Tortu, this turtle person, this wizard in these black robes and kind of like long drawn skin. Well, robes are hard to. It's hard for a shell individual to wear robes, but like you get the vibe. That's what he's going for.
I send a message to Corvus in this moment and say, "Don't forget about Barl."
And I look at Selenar, whoever sent the message, and I wink.
And the Tortu looks at you and just kind of nods and says, "Yes, you may. You may leave."
Are you forgetting something? I believe there was another part of the deal.
Of course, you may take the statue.
Thank you. I hope it's not imposing too much, but I believe I inquired last time. Is it possible to unstatue him before we go?
If you can.
Are there instructions?
I believe he said he's able to. I don't know if we want to make.
He said he does not have that magic.
No.
Oh, I thought he said he did.
No, he said he absolutely does not.
We're always going to have to carry him away.
You ask about instructions and he just kind of shrugs. Ask a priest.
Okay, fair enough. Well, where is the statue?
You got ropes and a hammock.
As far as you know, the statue is back in that like indoor statuary.
Just to be clear, says Corvus, we're going to enter the statuary, not be accosted, take this statue outside, and leave your pyramid.
The valet speaks up. The wizard Trast has given you his word, and he has not yet had time to replace the creatures you slaughtered on your last encounter.
Then he has my word, and we shall do that in this moment.
Follow me.
And thank you.
And the valet leads you out. You are once again flanked by the massive undead ogre and the like undead fella. As they bring you back to that indoor statuary and allow you inside. Easy enough to find the statue of Barl. It's heavy. It's like...
Can we find some sticks and stuff? Sturdy branches in this indoor garden.
Make an investigation check. You can have advantage because I assume you're all helping.
Great.
Yeah, you find a couple like sturdy branches in here. You could probably make like a litter out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a little stretcher thing.
Yeah.
Drag.
Yeah, it's still heavy as hell. But with a 16, you're able to find the stuff you need to kind of make something you can drag along behind you if like a couple of you are pulling on it.
And I've got this rope that we could cut into pieces.
Canvas.
Yeah, all your materials you can use, and you can like lash him down to it, tie him safely. You can add some like some of the tent or whatever materials you have, canvas maybe, to kind of cushion him a bit.
Yeah, I think we had some loose canvas that we bought, Lunin and I.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so you spend about 20-30 minutes kind of like getting him ready for shipment, and eventually he is.
cool.
I guess we all pulled now.
We do our best to drag him out of there.
Yeah, who's gonna help move the statue?
Too bad we don't have a beast of burden.
Oh, elk boy!
We could try. I mean, I'm thinking that we need to just get out of the general area of the pyramid, and then we can bring somebody back.
Yeah. I agree.
Certainly not going to drag this stone all the way back to town.
Through
That
the
would
jungle?
be
Hell no.
weeks.
No, we have to just get out of Trust's primary radius, I would think.
Okay.
Well, I'll
I
take
could
a
really use a nap.
I will help.
No one would blame Andre in this moment if you didn't help pull.
Under's not very much help anyway.
Yeah. I can
What do you
help
need
pull.
from us, Jared? Those that are pulling.
Chances that we can have.
So who's helping? Ozo and who else?
Selenar and Renata, I say.
And my sword.
Renata will help.
Renata, he would help if he was here.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
So, great. The four of you together, what is your strength scores?
My score is a 14.
Okay.
Renata's like a 12.
Selenar has an 11.
An 11.
Ozo is stronger than Selenar.
I have an 8.
Unless you turn into a
Okay.
giant ape.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I can't do 8. Best I can do is elk.
Renata
Everyone is
Renata's an 11. Ozo's a 14. Selenar's an 11. And what is Corvus?
Corvus is an 8.
Okay.
What?
Wow. Corvus is even.
I'll
weaker
tell you
than
how.
Andre.
My dex is 20. That's how.
Fair enough.
You're big.
I mean, mine's 9, so I'm not much better.
Oh gosh, we should
But
arm
my-
wrestle.
Yeah,
But my
Andre
dex
is
is
also
but
a
my
9.
dex is also 20.
All right.
Show off.
Corvus can
Nine,
changeling
not that
shape into a bodybuilder though, and get like a 37 strength.
It does not work that way.
It, it does not work
If
that
only.
way. If only. Indeed. You are, all four of you have to struggle, but together you are able to move the statue. It is slow going, and it is a slog. And like leaving the temple, it takes you, to get out of the swamp area, it probably takes you about 4 or 5 hours, the four of you dragging this thing, and by the end of it, you all have a level of exhaustion.
That's fair.
On a scale
I
of
think
1
we're-
to 5, 1 being IBW, guys, striking a. I'm sorry.
Wow. Live on
Wow.
Twitch.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We had some great guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Doing not their trade.
Tis true.
So we are attempting to get to our campsite on the edge of the pyramid swamp that we've camped at like several times by now. I assume because we know where it is.
Well, no, you wanted to get out of the realm of influence of Tress Swamp, like of Tress
Yeah.
area.
Are we able to do that before it becomes too dark?
Like it takes you about 5 hours, but you're able to do it, and it's not full night yet. Like it's maybe twilight.
Okay. So
Dancing
we
lights are
find
up.
dry land. Here,
Yep.
we're done.
Yeah.
And we rest. And then we'll split the party, I guess. Go try to find a priest.
Are you taking a long rest or a short
Lord.
rest?
Honestly, I think that part is up to the crew. We brought them Barrel.
True.
That's what I
they-
mean. Tell
if
the
they're
captain.
Yeah, it's up to the captain to restore them.
Fair. All right. And to bring them.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
we do
haven't
a
seen
long rest.
haven't seen a whole lot of shrines here in this jungle.
Yeah, but people have different skills. All kinds of people travel.
We'll run into like a jungle kobold shrine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
are you doing a long rest or a short rest?
long rest.
Log. My note
Yeah.
on this is Barrow was lost when missing on Isle of Shorebank, carried a magical item, an eyepiece that tells magical secrets. Captain Joyson cared more about Barrow than the eyepiece. Is what I have written down. So
I might be wearing that eyepiece.
It's on Barl.
It's on Barl.
And it's stone. It's all there. Everything's there. He's got everything he wants.
Okay.
okay. Can I hit a nature check to see if I think it's going to rain this night?
Yeah.
Can't you just druidcraft a weather prediction?
What a great question, says Jeff the noob at 5th edition.
Know that either.
Yeah, I think you can make a little thing that will show you the weather.
Oh, I can create a harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at my location for the next 24 hours.
That's pretty neat.
Great.
Is it going to rain in the next 24 hours in this spot?
Doesn't look like it at the moment.
Great, then I don't care about a tent, and I just ground.
Okay.
Perfect for an elf.
Cool.
Very cool.
Andra throws out her bedroll and collapses on top of it. I don't remember not being tired anymore.
Same.
Before you actually go to sleep, Ozo makes us some tea and brings you the tea.
Is this going to taste yucky again?
Probably.
This is gonna be Ozo's thing, just gross tea.
I mean, it's medicine.
I will
Yeah.
drink the medicinal tea, but I will make faces while doing it.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Olive had the stinky incense. Ozo has the gross tea.
Yes.
Olive also had that mushroom stuff.
No, that was
No.
Adis.
Adis had the mushroom stuff.
Oh.
The mushroom booze.
Olive, in fact, dumped Adis into a rain barrel in the aftermath of the mushroom stuff.
That's
Yes.
right.
Also true.
I'll take I'll actually just take second watch since
Ozo can take first.
Okay.
Ozo had to make
I
the
can
tea.
since I can see in the dark.
Yeah. Go ahead. You are welcome to make perception checks.
Great. I make first. I'm really good at this.
It's a quiet night. Yeah.
Too
Dark.
quiet, you might say.
Amber might. Ozo wouldn't.
It's dark, we're in the woods.
Ozo is prepping more tea for the coming days.
Fair
The
enough.
healer in Ozo has been awakened.
Yeah. And you can wake Lunine.
Great. Your turn. There's some tea there if you need it.
From the faces Andra made earlier, pass. I appreciate the
Most things
sentiment,
that
though.
don't taste good do feel good. At least
I'll
in
take-
medicine.
I'll take your word for it.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Perception check from Lunine.
Natural 20.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ooh,
Somebody
very
can
nice.
perceptify.
On a natural 20, you are quite positive that like this is definitely Barl, like this statue that you're kind of like been lugging along all day. And let's see. the eyepiece looks interesting. And you kind of are looking around. You have dark vision, I believe.
Do things feel different now that I'm not holding that lion tuft?
Yeah, you feel more normal. You don't feel as like aware and an intense like awareness that you had enjoyed while you were holding it. You just kind of feel like yourself.
Is anyone cocooned?
Sad.
Nope, no one is cocooned. But on a natural 20, in the firelight, in the night, you're looking around, and you see, kind of in the muck, is something. It's like it just glints a little bit in the firelight.
I go over and poke what's ever in the muck, and kind of like roll it out of the muck before touching it.
Yeah, you roll out this like soil encrusted, like when like dirt has been, like something's been in the dirt or the ground for a while and it like sticks to it.
Mm-hmm.
This like shape kind of like rolls out, and it looks like it looks natural but like unnatural, like maybe it's been shaped into something.
Pour out a little bit of. Are we close to the swamp?
You've walked like about an hour outside of the
Okay.
swamp to get away from the like influence
I
of
just didn't know if
Trast.
there was like a puddle of water somewhere around.
Yeah, sure.
I'll pour out. Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
wash it off in the water then.
Yeah, it's about the size. It's about that big. It's not too huge, but you wash it out, and it's a little emerald, like a little like. It's not like a brilliant cut emerald, but it's just a little emerald, and it seems like it's got like almost like green highlights or brown highlights, like kind of like crisscrossing through it as you kind of hold it up to the campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't read IGT.
Nope. Does not.
It doesn't. Arcana check doesn't feel like anything.
You can make an Arcana check.
So I was 17 on my own.
Nice.
Ooh.
You notice that there is like along like the edges and very very fine, like very tiny script. There is something like of an arcane nature maybe written in it. You can't quite read the language, but it's like along the like the outside edge of this faceted emerald.
All right. Well, I'll spend the rest of my time making a flower crown, and I'll sleight of hand put it on Andra's head.
The flower crown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
So when she wakes up, there's just a very colorful flower crown.
Easy enough to do. She's asleep, so yeah, very easy to do.
And then I go wake up Selenar.
All right. So,
Quiet night. Oh, okay.
No, yeah,
Time.
you wake him up. It's all good. It is a quiet evening. You hear the noises of the jungle, nothing crazy. The wind blows. It's a little cool wind, which is nice because it's been pretty hot the past couple days. But yeah.
And I do the summoning Mr. Whiskers, and I do my journaling around the fire, and
Yeah.
I
It's a night of
investigate.
calmness.
I spend some time looking at the Barl sculpture, but I assume that no matter what I roll, I wouldn't notice anything important. So, but like, this is a person that Captain Joyson cares about, who is a sculpture.
We were also sculptures.
I was also a sculptor,
Yeah.
but a different petrification because ours was temporary and this is not, or so it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I attempt to figure out what kind of magic could have done this to a person, with little to no result, I imagine.
No roll necessary. You imagine that if you had not treated Renata as quickly as you had, he would he would have suffered a similar fate. So you're pretty sure it was just like being bit by those creatures.
That's it.
Yeah.
I gaze upon the unfamiliar stars.
Yeah, and slowly the stars fade into the background as the sun rises yet again. And everybody awakens. Successful long rest completed. And you can... And so are you going to be bringing the statue with you, or are you heading back to town on your own? Because it is about a 3-day trek back to town.
I think we trek back on our own.
Correct.
The statue's safe.
Okay.
You can cover it up in a tarp or leave it laying on the litter or something so it doesn't get knocked over. But
Selenar, you have this journal that you made sketches in. Is there a way we can mark this area, perhaps? So
I
that
have
we
a
can
way
be
we
sure.
can mark it. Lunine will go up to like a big tree in the area. Just like kind of hack. Well, first he's gonna apologize to the tree, and then he's gonna hack a small chunk into it. Put some dirt in there, and then plant some of like very vibrant colored flowers that don't match the area, and like vines and stuff, and like have them grow out of that spot.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Go ahead, just make an Arcana check.
Natural 20.
What color you want?
Jeez, girl.
I'll make
Here's
them like some of the more crystalline appearing flowers from home.
Cool. So you all watch these kind of like tourmaline colored and shaped like flowers kind of like appear from this little like bit of tree that Lunine has like hacked away. And you see they kind of grow, and like a little trail of like little pearlescent flowers kind of like pop up and like kind of go down the tree and kind of over to where Barl's statue is, and kind of like just circle him a little bit.
Does that work?
Guess that'll suffice.
I mean, a map is probably also a good idea because,
Yeah,
if-
but just a spot marker.
When you get to the magic
Something-
flower statue, you're in the right place.
I don't know, gives it something more to identify the area as.
I trust
You
that
want-
you.
for me,
If you want, you can burn the tree down. That seems to be your thing.
I think.
No, I'm talking to Andre, who had
Oh.
the remark.
Oh, I don't think we need to burn it. I just thought, we might also want. This is lovely, but we're not going to see it until we're here.
Right, but if you're just looking, hey, go look for the statue by the tree. And Lunine's gonna gesture to all the trees.
and we both.
Sure.
See a flag in the tree.
All right.
There's ways to mark a path. Alright,
Yeah.
and onwards.
Yeah. So go ahead. Someone roll me a perception check, or sorry, not a perception check, a survival check for the first part of the trek back to the town.
All right, I'm gonna roll a nat 1 next, so not I.
All right.
Could I?
Darn.
I am not good at survival.
I am. Having done this in reverse already, can I advantage it or no?
No, because you didn't come directly here.
Lame. Well, dirty 20 anyway.
But the first half of the day, like, no problem. You're like, yep, we're going this way.
Could I try something on our way back?
Sure.
Because Selenar is leading us. This might be silly, but if there's like a big tree on the path or something, could Corvus just like make a little mark? Maybe an arrow in the direction we're leaving?
Yeah, easy enough to do.
Cool.
All right. Are you trying to like do this in a certain way? Like, are you trying to use like a thieves' cant kind of code, or like, are you just an arrow?
Yeah, just an arrow. Not everyone needs to know my language.
Okay. Well, this is not me like asking. This is the DM asking a mechanical question.
Oh, sure. No, just an arrow is fine.
Okay.
Who knows? It might be this. It might mean something different in thieves' cant. So I would.
Well, in
maybe
thieves'
take a
cant,
moment.
in thieves' cant, it can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah, fair enough. No, just an arrow to point in the direction.
Okay, great.
Like a trail. I'm thinking like trail signs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, sure.
And honestly, they're like hard to interpret. Sometimes you're like, does it mean up or does it mean left? I don't know.
I'm gonna roll another survival check and then go get more brown fluid. Be right back.
Oof.
Okay.
Golden brown or
All right. No, not that.
Why is it brown? Like, is it chocolate?
Chocolate
Unlikely.
fluid, my
No.
favorite.
Cool. All right. Somebody roll me a D10 and somebody roll me a D12, please.
I'll roll a d10.
I'll roll
do a
12.
D12. Okay.
Okay, Corvus will do the
I
12.
won't do anything. I'm not doing anything. I decided.
All right.
See, when I have a D12 for damage, I can't do that.
No.
I tried, but I don't know what happened.
It's all good. Great. Cool. So you all are...
Dead.
No, you're not dead.
In a
We fall into
dream.
a ditch.
We wake up. This has all been a dream. 45 sessions. of
No,
a dream.
you are traveling through, and it's like hot going, and it's groundy and grumpy, and you know, not
It's grumpy.
yeah, like it's like it's just like the weather is like hot and oppressive, so you feel gross, like you know how it happens sometimes.
Fair.
At some point, I want to look down at my hands. Do they look normal again?
They do look normal again. You swear you see like something like pulse in your hands for a moment, but like it's just an optical illusion. It's just like you're seeing what you're afraid of kind of vibe.
Sure. Having learned this cool new trick, I'm going to keep cooling my clothes because
Sure.
this is the way jungle
There you
travel
go.
is done.
Yeah, definitely. Huh, that's weird. What are you what? Weird things. Yeah. So you are traveling. Go ahead, make perception checks for me.
I'm not good at this.
Natural 20.
Very nice.
What's going on tonight?
I don't know. Don't
And why
trust
are we
me.
not fighting the final boss?
Don't
No, all we're
don't
trying
let
to do
me
is
roll
walk
next
through the jungle.
session, please. For the love of God, keep me away from the dice next session.
Well,
Aren't you not going to be here?
Well, no, if we're taking it off anyway.
That's true.
well, somewhat appropriately, I feel, Lunine.
You die.
You
Yeah.
see a plethora of creatures moving about in front of you all, like in the brush, and they're kind of like on either side of you. You know an ambush when you see it. And you're in one.
Right.
Ta-da!
Do I have
You're
time?
rewarded by knowing that you're going to get ambushed.
Yeah, like
Do
they haven't noticed that you notice it yet.
Caca.
All right. So I assume we're still walking,
Yep.
and am I more in front of everybody then, or am I more behind?
You and Selena are kind of in the front, with Corvus and Ozo in the middle, and Renata and Andra in the back.
All right. So, making a kind of like gesture, like he's gonna itch his back. Lunin's gonna go for his the dagger that's right at the base of his back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pull it out and like kind of very slowly and get ready to throw it at one of the moving things.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
I'm gonna add my thing to it. That's so bad. Nope. +2. 10.
Okay.
Drop it.
Okay, so you kind of stealthily pull it out. Doesn't seem like anything notices what you're up to, which is good for you.
Does anyone see this happen when he does?
I
the
was going to say, if my
blade
passive perception...
Everyone with a passive perception above 10 or higher sees Lunine pull a dagger.
thing? Lenine,
Great.
says Corvus. What you doing?
Casting mage armor,
Okay.
which I wouldn't have previously because it was hot and gross and I was tired, but...
Yeah,
What is it
you
at-
cast mage armor, and a bunch of goblins jump out of the bushes, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, that checks out.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
Da, da,
I was not very perceptive, but I'm very initiative.
Damn it, Lunine. Just killing it tonight. Oh,
and I'm gonna
Ozo.
kill me some goblins.
I'm not the highest advantage. That's so wild.
Oh my god, Amber
Oh,
is
wait.
having trouble with
Well,
that.
remember, you can swap your initiative with a willing ally.
That's true. If I have advantage, does that mean I should be rolling twice for initiative?
No, you don't. You don't have advantage anymore. That's an old alert thing. Unless you have something that gives you advantage.
That's right. I forgot. I can be surprised.
Well, remember,
Surprise!
surprise is different now. It's not the same.
Yes.
It just
I
gives
know,
you
keep
disadvantage
saying
on
that.
initiative
I don't actually
rolls.
know what it means.
If you're surprised, you would have disadvantage on initiative rolls. But because Lunine noticed them, you don't.
But because I have advantage.
You don't have advantage. Shut up. You're fired.
It says it right there.
It is wrong.
How about the rogue let the other people close in on the target so you could get the
yeah.
That is
Keeping
always the
Ozo and
plan.
Lunine ahead
I'm
of
going to
you.
have to look at your sheet because I don't trust that it's not rolling at advantage.
It's not. It's only rolled once. It just says
No,
advantage.
it did.
No,
rolled
it says it rolled
2d20
2d20.
at advantage.
the first
no
one was
kidding,
the natural
you're
one.
The
right.
first one was a natural 1.
Natural one.
No kidding.
So I think you have an advantage of 8 in reality.
Okay, well, that's great.
Would you like to swap it with someone who would be willing to do that?
Nah. Well. Yeah, Andra, you wanna trade these?
Sure.
Andra, get behind me. Sort of.
All right.
But, like, we're
Then
fourth
Andra
and
will
nine,
go
so
to an
down.
8, and Corvus will go to a 15. All right. All right, cool. At the start of initiative, we will go to Ozo at the top. Here we go.
All right. Well,
Oh,
hello,
Pathfinder
little friend.
goblins.
Oh damn! I
Ozo
didn't
shall
even.
advance.
Oh, I didn't click my token. Sorry, I rolled a 22.
Okay, great.
And then, please leave us be. Punch. 17.
A 17 will hit, and will deal 7 bludgeoning damage to this goblin, who you just like cold cock right in the nose, and he goes, "Ah, God, no, my God!"
You are eye level with these guys, so you're no longer kneecapping them.
That's
No.
true.
Oh, you gotta pull your punches now.
No, strike first.
Please don't hurt us.
Please,
Pow.
please go away. Punch. Best defense is good offense.
Anything else on your turn?
Oh, I guess I can charge again, can't I?
If you want. This
Yeah.
goblin is obviously bloodied.
That's great. I'm gonna non-lethal punch it again.
All right, you punch him again with your other fist, and you hear a sickening crunch as his like nose breaks, and he goes, "Arr, you fucker!" and boom, unconscious on the ground.
Say fucker in common?
Yeah, but well, he said "fucker." You don't know if that was common or goblin or what, but
I sure do. That's why I'm asking.
oh yeah, well, fucker is fucker in every language. So.
Okay, it's in every language.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yes, I would have known it either way.
Yeah.
Ozo then turns around and says, "Seriously, please just go away."
Make an intimidation check, Ozo.
Great.
With advantage because you killed their friend?
No,
a-
we didn't
a-
even want that. I have
A 10 is not quite enough to scare them off, unfortunately. Lunine, over to you.
Oh my god. Alright.
Classic.
I just love when you roll at when you have like both the advantage showing and it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
That
The dice have spoken.
one in the front, does that one actually look different?
The one in the front.
This one.
This one?
There
he-
we go.
He looks a little, he's got like a scimitar. The others have short swords. That's kind of about
But
it.
he's still a goblin.
He's a goblin. Or the others actually have daggers, but yeah.
Well, you look more fun. And then Lean's gonna take a few steps forward. 5, 10, 15. And then, just gonna pop up right over there. And Trickster stab him.
Okay.
But this time with the dagger, because I already have that drawn.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make an attack with your dagger at advantage.
Oh, I don't have... Where's my inventory?
Do you not have a
Twice.
deck?
I do.
Corvus is just holding your bag going,
It's just
"Do you
not
want
clicked.
this?"
Regardless, I'll just do that because it's not clicked on.
Is this a dagger I see before me? No, it appears to be your fork.
Right. Dirty 20 with the invisibility.
Yes, a dirty 20 hits this poor little goblin.
9 stab damage.
All right, you stab it for 9.
Pull your men off.
He goes, ah! Crazy tree deer person! You crazy deer person! Deer tree person! You will fear my wrath! Rah! And he just kind of starts screaming at you in like terrifying accusations that make no sense.
Well, he does kind of look like a crazy tree deer person when you put it that way.
Anything else on your
Don't
turn,
agree
Lindy?
with him. No, that was everything.
Corvus?
In the midst of his screaming at Lunine, Corvus is going to scream at him in Goblin. He's
Okay.
going to be like, "Hey! What's going on? Everyone put down their weapons, or all of my friends will kill you." And I'm going to hold an action to shoot an arrow at the big goblin's face.
All right. You hold your action.
If he does an aggressive move toward Lunine, or if honestly, if any of the goblins move, I'm going to shoot the leader.
Okay, well, the goblins move.
Aggressively? I should have specified aggressively.
Yeah, they all charge in.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot the guy.
Yeah, go for it. Fire.
Does 25 hit the guy?
A 25 hits the guy, yes.
Does he like 18 points of arrow damage?
He does not. He's bloodied now.
Would he like
You
his death?
You fire and like shoot like deep in the chest, like you like skewer him through the gut, and he's like, "Oh!"
Lunine has him like stabbed in the side, and then you just shot him.
Well, I think you can finish him off, Lunine, and I will.
Well, that was your reaction
You're right. Ooh, interesting.
because
held it as a
you
move.
you held your action, and so that burns your reaction.
I guess I can't use the
Nope.
other thing on that. That's
Nope,
fine.
unfortunately not. Because your reaction was firing the arrow. But hey, 2 daggers are coming at you, so that's fun. One is a natural 20 for 6 points of slashing damage in retaliation for attacking the boss.
I feel like they were gonna do it anyway, so that's false. What you just said.
Hey, you try arguing with a goblin.
Well, I am actually literally trying to.
The second is a 21 to hit for another 3 points of slashing damage.
These guys can hit.
So that's 11 in
And
total.
I feel like Matt spent the past 4 years arguing with a goblin. And
Selenar, that is a 9 to hit you with a dagger from another one. So that's a miss.
Surprisingly, does not hit.
And then Andra, that is a natural 20 on you, Andra.
Oh yeah, that hurts.
For 7 points of slashing damage. And that is the goblins because the other one is unconscious. These goblins then rush over with what movement they
Wait.
have.
Did that one just leave my... Can I get an attack of opportunity against that bitch?
You do not. He's very nimble.
Even though I have Warcaster?
They do not provoke attacks of opportunity.
I think it's a species,
Boring.
trait.
Yeah.
I've also used my reaction, so
Yeah.
I do better. Things.
Yeah, they like bounce in, and now they're all like swarming over towards Lunine. And the boss goblin is going to just slash away at Lunine. That is 2 22s to hit.
those hit.
Glorious. So that is 3 slashing damage and 4 slashing damage for a total of 7. And he then runs away and shouts,
Nimbly.
"Kill the tree! Kill the tree one! Kill the tree one!" in Goblin. Kill the tree one. Indeed, he's quite nimbly disengaging, you might say. Yes. That's his turn. Andra, over to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire 3 magic missiles.
Okay.
Two of them at the one who stabbed me, and
Okay.
one of them at the dude who's running away.
Okay. Fire away. Well, I mean, roll damage because they auto hit.
Yes. One, two. Wow.
All right, so the little nimbly guy takes 5. The fourth one, your magical dart hits him right in the temple, and it just thunks him, and he crumples to the ground, dead.
Sweet.
Well done.
Wow.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Selenar, over to you.
I'm interested in casting Land's Aid on this square. I think I can hit all 4 of these goblins at the same time.
It's a 10-foot radius? Yeah,
It's a 10-foot radius.
definitely.
Cool. So that is a DC 14 Constitution saving throw for all of them.
Okay. Only one succeeds.
Okay, blah blah blah. Each creature takes 2d6 on a 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So
Oof.
here's the damage. So they all take 8, except the one that succeeded. Well, they take 4. As the roses come out of the ground, and the stabbiness stabs them in the stabbed part of their bodies.
Yes, the
Stem.
thorns, the roses wrap around them, and the thorns extend and go stab, 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 stab. And one of them falls down, stabbed to death by a rose from the grave. The other 3 look bloodied. They're in rough shape.
People who
And the lovely healing energy goes into myself, even though I haven't taken any damage because it feels good.
The sweet smell of roses fills your nostrils as you're like, this would help if only I had succumbed to damage.
My mother's garden.
I love that. Ozo, we're back to you at the top.
All right, well, they didn't leave us alone.
No.
So Ozo is going to travel the 40 feet that Ozo can. Yes, speed is only 40 feet. But wait, can I do something? This is where I forget which things are which.
You can keep.
Yes,
bonus
I
action
can
dash.
do dash as a bonus action. Perfect. It used to be a thing that I had to do key for. So I'm gonna move close enough to get to this here friend and just punch once.
Go for it. Yeah.
4 damage.
Are you lethally or non-lethally?
I'm non-lethaling everything with these ones. They're just goblins.
All right. Knocked out. Boom.
Great. Ozo has a soft spot for short things.
Fair enough.
Mama said knock you out.
All right, Lunine, we're over to you.
You're welcome, Matt.
Lunine doesn't share your sentiments. Stab at the first goblin in front of me with short. I'm gonna drop the dagger. Short swords.
All right. Which one? The one below
Natural
you?
20. The first one in front of me.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You're not allowed to roll anything next time.
Right. 9 stab damage.
Yep. He falls to your opal longsword.
So while
Short
one
Or
is
short
secured
sword.
on the other sword, I'm gonna swing with the other hand
Yeah,
and hit the other goblin.
go for it.
Not with a 9.
Well, you had advantage because of Vex, right?
No, because I hadn't hit the other.
Oh, you
goblin.
hadn't
I
hit the
killed one.
Right.
But I'm going to action surge, readjust my grip, and come back around
Okay.
with an 8 and miss again.
Which will also miss. On a natural 1, I need
There it is.
Ozo and Lunine to roll a d20.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's fine. I can do that.
Oh.
Oh, this is fun. Roll again. Roll again.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh,
Triple rollies! Let's do it!
There's no way.
Alright, there we
There
go.
we go. But we still totaled 12.
Oh,
All right.
That's 11.
Oh, you roll one. What does that mean?
You slash through, and Ozo, you take 1 point of damage from Lunim's short sword grazing you on your shoulder
Okay.
in a
That's
wild
great.
swing.
Wily little bastard.
Okay.
Corvus, we're over to you.
I'm going to be dramatic. I'm gonna sneak up behind this guy.
Did you say dramatic or traumatic?
Yes.
Both.
Yeah, yes.
Dramatic.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper into this goblin's ear in Goblin. I tried to warn you. And then, having dropped my short bow, I will take out the short sword and attack.
Go for it.
Ooh, I might not hit with that. Oh wait, no, I might not.
A 10 will not hit.
That's a bummer.
Do you have an offhand?
I do. I'm going for it.
Okay.
Nice.
A natural 20 will fucking hit.
I just faked him out with the short sword. It was all a ruse. Still trying to be
Let's
scary.
see that damage. Holy
Okay.
shit.
Oh my fuck.
Did you do my damage for me?
He did, yes.
Yes.
I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of crazy. Well,
yeah,
it's
when
canon.
it's pink, you can click it. For other people, it's funny.
Well, unfortunately, Matt, I need you to roll damage for your own attack.
No,
That's
I,
great.
I
I,
hope you
really,
roll
I
better.
really- I really think that what he did is fine.
That's like
I approve
literally
this
almost
message.
like-
Oh, it was close. It was
Okay.
close. Okay.
All right.
There you go.
So,
All right. That's still 19 damage. I just want to point that out.
if I may,
Uh-huh.
at the last minute, I'm going to pull my punch, so to speak, and transition to non-lethal. Seeing Ozo has knocked these two goblins out, I'm going to follow suit, if I may. Can I do 19 points of pommel damage to this goblin's head?
Yeah, you go to stab with the short sword and like kind of dodge it, and as you are bringing the dagger tip first, you flip it at the last moment to get the pommel in striking distance, and thunk right in the back of the neck, where you would have definitely skewered this guy through, and instead.
Accidentally hit so hard, he caves the skull and he dies
I was
anyway.
going to say, so Batman style, instead of killing him, I have left him paralyzed for life.
Yeah,
Classic
crumples to the ground, and you swear in that moment when you decided to change, you had a flash of like some kind of like there was like you saw out of the corner of your eye from the body of the one that Lunine just slayed. You swear you saw something rise out of the goblin's body, and you twist and pommel, and the goblin goes unconscious, falls to the ground, and the jungle around you all is quiet once more. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged.
Good news, guys. We're now at the level where we can just be murder hobos to goblins.
Only half of them did we kill.
Well done, everyone. You successfully got Andra decursed. We had a little bit of a heartfelt chat from Corvus or Lux, maybe. Learned a little bit about that, at least above game for some of us. And
Selenar did anyway.
oh no, Selenar doesn't know the details.
He asked. He
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah, so fun times. And you've positioned a statue in the forest, so that's fun.
And we're gonna be like, yo, Captain Joyson, your brother's like statue in the jungle about 3
3
days from here.
days.
Bye.
Follow the arrows. Look for the flower.
Yeah.
I am, for the record, still wearing my flower crown.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, you are still wearing it.
Very cool. Well, thank you all. I hope you all had fun this evening. Sorry for the late start. We will not be here next week, as too many schedules are conflicting, so it would only be like me and 2 people. So instead, we're just going to take the week off, and we will be back on the 27th with a new session, and I believe everybody in attendance, unless math is wrong, which has happened before.
Yay!
But, you know, hey. Taco Sen Mashu, thank you so much for being here. I've got it. Thank you for being the best mod and banning yet another spam bot. So thank you for that. It's always wonderful to see you, Taco Sen Mashu. Yeah, we're going to go around, say our goodbyes. I'll figure out who we are going to raid. And so we'll do all of that. Let's go ahead and start with Selenar.
Hello, I'm Jeff. I play Selenar, and I will do so again in 2 weeks from today. For sure. Thanks for watching.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Ozo.
Hello, I'm Ozo. I bring tea, and I hope eventually people realize that it makes you feel good. See you, bye.
Okay.
And
bye.
I'm Amber. Yep, that's it. Bye. I forgot that I was supposed to say my name.
That's all good. Next up, we got
Your
Lunine.
voice wake in your background.
Lunine, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and
Oh,
And disappearing.
Like-
at the same
well,
time.
you disappeared, so I couldn't tell that you were speaking.
yeah, sorry. Thanks for watching. I'm Tanner. I played Lunine. That was a lot of I think that was the most nat 20s I've ever rolled in my life. That was a
That
lot.
was kind of unreal. Are you sure your digital dice aren't rigged?
I'm pretty sure because I am probably gonna roll absolutely horrendous next time.
Oh, we can
First
only
of
hope.
all, you're
Mike's
gonna roll
Law.
exactly the same as Ozo for several minutes.
Yeah, that's true too. This is Mike's Law.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Tanner. Next up, we got Corvus Lux. Lux Corvus.
Corvus Lux.
Hi, I am Matt. I have been playing both Corvus and possibly Lux in any and all times the last several sessions. Have a good night. Don't think too much about it, and see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Andra.
Hey, that's me. I am Sarah. I have been Andra. I'm wondering if Corvus is now Luxby now goes after Lunine. In order. And we are the Dead Ringers, and we have a YouTube channel that you can watch our past exploits, and also our previous campaign as the Misfits. And we're on Twitch most Tuesdays, and you can also follow us on some social medias. I'm failing really bad at the ad copy today.
It's great.
You're doing
I
better than
love
I've
it.
ever done.
I love it. It's fantastic. Thank you very much. And I've been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Go ahead. We're going to raid over to Quest Keep tonight. They're playing some D&D about a large wheel of cheese, apparently. So, everybody loves cheese. So, hop in this raid. Let them know that they've been newly raided. Be happy, be kind, be safe, be healthy.
Still their cheese.
Be intelligent, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on the 27th of May. Hello, 27th of May, and that's that. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Woohoo.